Everybody, big round of applause for Joe Walkowski.
Can you re-record, please? Is that not how you're supposed to start? Whoops. Let's give it up for Ashley Brooke Robert. I got confused today. I met someone and they didn't know what the word bodega meant. And I had to explain to them, that's where you buy Pringles from someone who hates you. I'm like the creep at the bodega. You do that thing where you try and impress your bodega guy? I do. Like, they're not my bodega guy, they're my friend, they just don't know it yet. And I try and win him over, and I noticed this guy was Hispanic, you know. Want to impress him. So instead of buying a banana, I bought a plantain. And then he watched as I didn't know how to eat a plantain. Your banana's hard! That's a plantain, you gotta cook it, man. Your culture's hard! And I was so embarrassed, I threw the plantain out. And I went out and gentrified the entire neighborhood. It's now a Bennigan's. I ordered the palm frites. I'm just basking in it. Right now, I'll tell you this, I'm ruining someone's life. And I like my mom or dad or girlfriend, that goes without saying. The person whose life I'm ruining is Jennifer Walkowski. And we're connected because my email address is jwalkowski@gmail.com and hers is jewalkowski@gmail.com. And the difference between us is that she's the superintendent of the Buffalo Public School System. And I'm the type of guy who answers every email that hits my inbox. 2 months ago, I planned the catering for my son's graduation party. She's a very shrewd woman. She tracked me down to ask one question. Hey man, why are $400 worth of shrimp in my house? And I answered as honestly as I could, I'm just trying to be a good mother. Tell Trevor congratulations. It was 36 hours of labor, but worth it. It's really great to get an email like congratulating you on your wedding and going, who's Paul? I'm not married to Paul. I don't really like moms that much. I'm more of a BDF. Big Dad fan. When I meet people, I ask them 2 questions. Hey, stop texting. She's still texting. You know what I ask them? I ask them, what's your name? And you know what I ask them next? What's your dad like? You know what someone said to me? They said, well, my daddy, he lives in Brazil and does a ton of drugs with Mick Jagger. And that's like the fanciest way of saying, oh, he's a terrible father. You can't brag about the tragedies in your life. You never hear anyone go, my father used to beat me. And it hurts so much more because of the Super Bowl ring. I have a good relationship with my father. By that I mean, I share a Netflix account with my father. By that I mean, I know the password to my dad's Netflix account. Guitars. And if you want to have yourself a good time, you go home, you go to Netflix, you put in RJ Walkowski at AOL.com, password everybody, guitars! And look at his recent viewing activity. So, Texty, answer me this. On the weekend of September 24th, how many episodes of the program Malcolm in the Middle do you think my father watched in a row?
11.
Close. 39. You know, one for every U.S. president but the Federalists. That's almost a tribute to Jackie Robinson. If those were sandwiches, he would have 3 free sandwiches and something to look forward to on his next visit. That is 14 hours and 24 minutes of Malcolm in the Middle. He could have done anything with that time. Even give Sting 2 orgasms. But Netflix, they've got that button on next to everything you watch that says report problem. So I called up Netflix and they said, what's the problem? And I said, I got a sad dad. And they can't do anything for that. So I had to call him up and I said, Dad, why have you watched 39 episodes in a row? And I'll never forget his response. He said, well, Slick, I just wanted to remember what it's like to have a family again. Also, it's a great show. You should only watch 39 episodes in a row if you're Frankie Muniz and you're about to kill yourself. Takes his own blood and writes, life is unfair. I think this is a good show, but my job is to make it a great show. And there's only one question you can ask to make it a great comedy show. Do you guys like impressions? I said, do you guys like impressions? Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna need a drum roll for this one. You want to score yourself some poontang in Tampa, Florida? You best on one of these. That's me if I were a waterbed salesman. I want to be a waterbed salesman so it's not creepy when I tell people, make every dream a wet one. But I think owning a waterbed does say something about a person, namely, I have flavored lube. Let's bust out the banana and get wet. How do you hurt a waterbed owner's feelings? Wow. Point out their crippling addiction to cocaine. I would have also accepted kidnapping their iguana. I think that the best part of owning a waterbed is that when you cry yourself to sleep, your mattress gets firmer. The worst part, not talking to your kids. But I like waterbeds so much, I'll be honest with you guys, I want my deathbed to be a waterbed. I'm going out like this. Goodbye, family. I love you. Don't like the physical stuff, huh? I'm at my time, but I can't go out like that. I gotta do one more. Is that okay? She went, oh, I don't know. I'll give you my favorite one. This isn't how you do a tape set. I'm from Detroit, and I still follow the news there. And Mayor Dave Bing recently tweeted, sorry guys, no plans for a RoboCop statue. And the citizens of Detroit were outraged. They got the internet, they found it, they were mad. And like, you gotta see where they're coming from. Odds are, if you live in Detroit, you don't have schools for your kids or waste removal for your trash. And it's unfair for your city to build an homage to RoboCop when your city is currently an homage to RoboCop. Truth be told, Detroit does not need a RoboCop statue. It needs a RoboCop. It makes a lot of sense. It'll fight the war on drugs, bring in tourist dollars, and most importantly, it'll make use of Detroit's most abundant natural resource, dead cops. It's okay for me to say that. I'm actually half dead cop. All right, thanks guys.